Jonathan Reed, TMO Enid. All right. Well, I just said it, but how about you introduce who you are and what it is that you do?
I'm Jonathan Reed, that's my name, and I'm the TMO for the Enid Outlaws.
Where is Enid?
Enid is in Oklahoma, obviously, and it's north of Oklahoma City, about an hour.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, so when the Thunder went to Oklahoma City, being from Michigan, not really familiar with Oklahoma. That one jumped out because I was like, Oklahoma City? Why are you going to Oklahoma City? There's
Right.
nothing. I mean, it's a bigger city, but nobody else plays in Oklahoma City.
Right.
Let's speak to your market specifically, Enid. Why is Enid right for a basketball team, a
Enid's
TBL
perfect.
team?
It's right outside the city, like I said, an hour. So we're not competing with the Thunder, so to speak, and all the other things that are in the main city of Oklahoma City. It's a great town. I mean, it has a military base there, Vance Air Force Base. There's several hospitals, a 6A high school. I mean, it has the perfect size of what we need, and those fans and those people out there just love sports. A lot of youth sports and a lot of youth clubs, wonderful YMCA, and it's a basketball community. Mark and Brent Price, I don't know if you're familiar with them.
Not offhand.
And they both played in the NBA.
Okay.
Mark Price is one of the best shooters.
Oh, I know Mark. Okay. Yeah. When you say Mark Price.
Yeah, exactly. That Mark Price.
Okay.
He's from Enid.
Okay.
So historically, they've had a lot of success in basketball and a lot of players, and they really love the game. And so it's just been a great fit. You know, you coming in saying how you bringing professional basketball to Enid, people are like, oh man, we've been missing basketball. So I just thought it was a natural fit. Plus the size of the city, there's about 90,000 people there. So, I mean, we just need a couple thousand to come check us out.
All right, that's pretty large.
Yeah.
Being from Michigan, the first thing, at least sports-wise, when I think Oklahoma, I think football.
Yeah.
So is that because basketball is just being overlooked, or is there more of a drive for football in Oklahoma?
Just more of a drive for football. It's a football state, so to speak. But, I mean, that doesn't affect us at all. I mean, we have plenty of support. Always need more, of course.
Right,
but,
sure.
Yeah, we've had great support in basketball. The basketball community is growing with Trae Young and Blake Griffin.
Oh, yeah.
And some of those NBA guys coming up, people are starting to realize, like, they play basketball too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And we produce good basketball players over the years. And so now it's just starting to catch up, and we're just getting recognition for the talent that we've been bringing out for the last few years.
Why TBL?
TBL just seems like the perfect league. We've played in minor leagues and semi-pro leagues, so to speak, for a long time, since 2006.
With that branding?
With the Oklahoma Outlaws.
Okay, I was going to say, so
Yeah.
Enid Outlaws is a new
And
name,
so-
a new...
Yeah, so, I mean, we have the history of doing, basketball for the years, especially with my experience playing overseas for so long. But, this league was a step above all that, and we wanted to separate ourselves and really come to something that would give it a little bit more credibility. I love David Magley and Evelyn Magley. I love what they're doing with the league. I love the direction they're going. So it was a worthwhile thing for us to join because our visions kind of line up.
So playing overseas, how does that give you an advantage as far as running a team and assuring those guys that they're going to get the eyes that they need to get the exposure that they need?
Well, it was great because, first advantage I think it is for me is that I know what it's supposed to look like and I know what it takes because I've done it so long. I mean, this is pretty much all I've ever done. I played at Arkansas State and Clayton State in college, and then after that I went to play professionally, and I played all the way through. And so, knowing what to look for and how to prepare my guys is really an advantage I think that we have, me being that, as well as I became the general manager of my team in Ireland.
Oh,
So
wow.
I did that for 5 years. So I've already run a team while I was playing on it for, like I said, 5 or 6 seasons.
That's fantastic.
So like this is kind of the same type of thing. Only I'm not playing on this team now.
Right.
But yeah.
So obviously, like you said, you played overseas, and one of the structures of this league is that if a player gets an option during the season to go play overseas, go do it.
Absolutely.
Go play. So how does that? First of all, how do you have to adjust for the season to be prepared for that if and when it happens?
Well, we've already had that happen. Actually, we had a kid we picked up in our combines, and a big 7-foot kid that played a local college here in Oklahoma, or in Oklahoma, and he had an opportunity. We've already signed him, and he came to me and he said, Jay, I've got this opportunity, but I'm committed to you guys. What do I do? And I said, well, go. that's the objective, is for you to move on. So he didn't actually get to play in the Outlaws uniform yet, but he was a guy that was working out with us, training with us, and then he you know, I moved him on. I was like, go ahead and go, because the connections he got and everything that he got, and then we got to keep him in shape for him to go move on to that job.
That's fantastic.
So, I mean, that's kind of what the goal is. And so how you prepare for that is just keep a constant roster. You have to communicate with the kids, communicate with the coach, and everybody has to be transparent about the overall goals. You know, my goal is to move on. Okay. Of course, we want to win a championship and all that good stuff that everybody cares about. But the goal is to move the kids on. I say kids, but the guys on. Okay. So let's be transparent about that. If there's an opportunity that comes up from an agent or whoever, you just got to talk about it.
Let's go back to community here. This league is big on community. How do the Enid Outlaws going to fit in with reaching out to the community and being a part of that community?
Oh, we've already started. So, I mean, we started a while back just doing different things like candy giveaways at the Halloween thing. That was started back then. We're doing basketball clinics. You know, I run On Point Hoops Player Development. It's a basketball player development company, which works with the youth already. So it's a natural fit. So I'm just basically going to extend that to Enid and to that community out there. We've already are working on a deal with the YMCA there to provide weekly clinics, skill development clinics for the kids to get them in. And then also, most of our sponsors and community partners are asking us to do appearances, and we're very good at that. I'm going to have my guys out there 2-3 times a week, you know, doing things, being very visible and helping wherever we can.
How quickly, or what do you have to look or listen for when you're out there talking to guys to make sure that they are going to meet that aspect of the team and being a big contributor when you're out in the community?
So basically, that's why we interview everybody. And I personally do it most of the time.
That's fantastic.
Myself and Brian. So we've actually had to cut out some of the guys we had already that haven't even made it to training camp because of their different things like social media. You know, you got to have a good social media presence, and that's not just having a lot of followers. That's the content you actually put on there.
It's far less the followers.
I mean, that's exactly what we're talking about,
right.
You know. So, and then, you know, if you got to have, I mean, unfortunately, you got to have the right type of the look and different things. I mean, I'm not saying you have to look like a straight up, you know,
$1 million,
but you got to present yourself well. And so we're screening all of our guys' social medias. We're screening them how they come in, and you know, we may not have all the most talent all the time, but we will have guys that are going to be able to move on, be in the community, be visible, and do the right thing.
We were talking before this started about your stadium that you're going to have, and I've said it before in a lot of different things. It's really cool. It's really hard to do if you're not a major league, to have a stadium that has everything to do with you, right. Your colors, your brand, your logo, because you probably got to share it, or you're using somebody else's, and that's a hard thing to do. We've seen great teams that have to share. That's not going to be the case for you. I mean, you'll share it, but it's the Enid Outlaws arena.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's the Stride Center, and it is the Enid Outlaws, and we're the basketball team. That's what it was made for.
Okay.
You know, it was made to be a basketball arena. It just wasn't anybody to kind of fill it up. There is the football team that plays in there now.
Okay.
Indoor football, but I mean, we can do everything we need to do. I mean, we're the main show. We're the ones that are coming in there doing everything. We can put it on the floor and do whatever we want to as far as that, and they're catering to us. But that also comes back to the city. When we came in and we started talking about and making these talks, it was yes, let's do it. What do we need to do to make this thing successful? So between the city, the owners of the Stride Center, and us, we're all three working together to make this thing pop.
How are you going to use that? How do you use that for your advantage when it comes to a fan experience when they go into a game?
Oh, I mean, that's what it's all about. I mean, people got to have a good time. Even if you watch some of our other stuff that we've done in our promo videos and stuff with our mascot, with our everything else, our dance team is amazing. I mean, we have a great dance team, and I mean, that's just basically what it's all about. And it's not going to be just a cookie cutter thing. We have some really good, cool things planned for the fans in the future, as far as halftime, as far as giveaways, as far as all that. I mean, I didn't get called the Black Jackie Moon for no reason. You know what I'm saying?
Were you really?
Seen semi-pro?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you know, I'm going to get crazy out there. I'm just letting them know. I might jump out there and wrestle a bear or anything. You know, you never know. So,
the Black Jackie Moon, that's fantastic.
I was playing, I was coaching, I was doing all the other entertainment, announcing, I'll do whatever it is. So, you know.
I will say, I love the Flint United team, but we were talking the Flint Tropics. I mean, you had a chance. You got a team.
Yeah, man. That's it.
One other thing I got to talk about. I don't know, Loisa, can you see the logo on there?
Yes.
All right, so we had 2 contributors. One of them was me. We came up with a list of the best logos in the league.
Gotcha.
And the man who's not in here, he's out there walking around, kept Enid off his list, and I do not know how. I think that is one of the sharpest looking logos ever. Black, white, gray. That is sharp. Mads, you put it on your list, right? Yeah.
Thank you.
That is a good look. That is a scary look. That's fantastic. So seeing
That's
that,
what it was meant to be. The Outlaws, exactly.
that's fantastic. I just love it so much. I
Thank
had to take
you,
a minute
man.
to look at it, and that even adds to the fact that that stadium's gonna look sweet.
Blacked out. It's gonna be super.
That's gonna be so.
And that's kind of
cool.
what we do it. That's my colors. That's what I roll with. That's how we do it all the time. I see y'all even dressed in black and gray. I mean, look at that.
It's
Y'all ready to
everywhere.
be Outlaws fans right now? What are you talking about?
I'm pretty much sold.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. But thank you on that, because it's this time and thought put into that. It wasn't just thrown out, hey man, I like blue, I like gray, I like neon green.
that looks good.
No, there was a lot of thought put into the apparel, put in the marketing side
Sure.
of it, even to the print side, even to our how we wanted our arena to look.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all that. We took all that in consideration with doing our logos and our colors and stuff. Plus, we kept some of the history of what we built with the Oklahoma Outlaws.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we didn't want to kind of get away from all that, even though this is a different, separate venture. I mean, we wanted to keep some of the history and some of the things we built there too, with the success.
What's something about the Outlaws maybe we didn't talk about that you think people need to know? Maybe we talked about everything.
Yeah, I think we've talked about most of it. I mean, the thing is we're just going to come out here. We're going to be competitive. We're going to play the right way. We're going to put our product on the floor. We have a great coach. I mean, Ed Corporal's coached in the league several times, and I mean, he's been in the league since the start. I mean, he's a great guy. We wanted an old school, but still a new school feel and a professional feel. That's the biggest thing. Like I told a lot of people, we're not the Thunder. You know, a lot of people want to compete and say we're going to compare to the Thunder. We're going to be a lot more fan friendly. We're going to be a lot more fun and more, you know, for the blue collar, I would say. You know, that's what we're going to do.
Who's in your division? Is it the Texas teams?
Yeah, actually in our league or division or conference, we have Omaha.
Okay.
We have Little Rock, ourself, and Prestige. And then in our division, I think
conference
it's
is the big one, so that's the division. So who's in your? So then the conference
and then
adds
we
the
have
Texas
the
teams.
Houston, the Houston Push, the Waco Lightning, all them. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Shreveport.
And Shreveport. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's going to be competitive. I think
That's gonna be competitive.
looking at it looks like it's going to be super, super competitive,
That is.
which is how we want it.
Yeah.
You know, even for the fans and everything else, you want competitive, good, high-level basketball games. That's what people want to see. No one wants to see, blowouts and all that other stuff. So it's going to be really good, win, lose, or draw. I'm very excited with the talent that's going to be in our conference and our division.
Where can people find the Enid Outlaws on social media?
EnidOutlaws.com. We also have an Instagram, and I think it has an underscore or something in it. But if you go to the website, you can probably get all of our socials there, but it's all under Enid Outlaws.
Awesome.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate
You did
it.
a great job.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.